Day 38. Tetelestai, it is finished, paid in full. After creation, God said, "It is finished," and he rested. After redemption, Jesus said, "It is finished," and we can rest. Timothy Keller. As Jesus neared his final breath, he said, "It is finished." John chapter 19, verse 30. The sixth saying of Jesus from the cross. The Greek word is Tetelestai, meaning it is finished. It also has other associations. It was a term of commerce that was used to record the debt or the tax had been paid in full. A priest would say Tetelestai when the sacrificial offering was perfect without blemish. A soldier would say Tetelestai when the mission that he had been given was accomplished. In the book of Ruth, we read of a fascinating story of redemption. See, Ruth was a Moabite widow, and according to the custom then, a close relative, a kinsman, could redeem her by taking her as wife. She had a close relative, but when he chose not to take her as his wife, another relative named Boaz steps in. He becomes her kinsman redeemer. He goes to the city gates, and in the presence of the elders, he says, "I have bought Ruth to be my wife." Ruth chapter 4, verse 9 and 10. Now see, in today's context, we can mistakenly think as that being dowry that he gave or that he bought a bride. But his payment means a lot more. It means that no one had a legal claim to Ruth anymore, that she was his own. She belonged to Boaz. The task of redeeming Ruth had been accomplished. It is finished, is what Boaz was saying. From the cross, when Jesus declared victoriously and he cried out, "Tetelestai," what he was saying is that the wages of sin, which is death, had been paid for in full by his own sacrificial death on the cross for you and me in our place. That he was the perfect Lamb of God without blemish, fully acceptable to God as our substitute. And that like a soldier, he had fought the good fight, and the battle of redeeming mankind to God had been won. It was complete. There was nothing else left to be done. See, our salvation may be free, but it cost God his own life. It cost Jesus to pay the price. Jesus is our kinsman redeemer. He paid for us with his life to make us his own. No one else has a legal claim over us anymore. As Christ loved and sacrificially gave himself for us, can we also love one another and love God and strive until our final breath, so that when we get to meet him face to face, will we be able to say, "Lord, the mission that you've given us to tell others about you is Tetelestai."